Well, good morning, and good morning, boys and girls, citizens of all ages. Welcome into the Power Hour. We're live here on Planet Radio 106.7. We are live on our Listen to the Planet app. We're live on the website at listentotheplanet.com. We're live also on my Chris Logan Facebook page, too. And we got a special guest hanging out with us inside the Power Hour today. That is not Miss Errol, but Miss Errol is here. So good morning to Miss Errol. Which mic? Look, I took off that mic. Hang on. That would be now does that mic work?
Okay.
Yeah, you were on the other one, but I forgot I took that one off yesterday.
I'm by myself in the corner.
I apologize. I apologize for that. But we also have another special guest with us, and that is Matt Oliver hanging with us today. Matt, what's up? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Doing well, man. We're going to talk about why you're here. We're going to talk about how you got here. And we're going to talk about your entire company and what you're doing. All that's coming up. You're not nervous, are you, Matt?
No, I'm fine.
Is it almost like teaching a class?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm talking in front of people all day.
So we're going to get to Matt coming up in just a bit. We got to say thank you to all of our sponsors of the morning show. And first, we got to say thanks to Logic Refrigeration and AC Services. We're coming to you live from the Logic Refrigeration and AC Services studio. Also, we got to say thank you to our friends over at Heritage Housing in Jennings, heritagehousing.net. That is their website. Our guy Drew is over there, and he is selling homes. He is finding land. He is getting people financed, and that's right off I-10, the frontage road in Jennings. Can't miss him. heritagehousing.net, again, is their website. Also, thanks to Acadiana Tire, the official tire shop of the morning show. Here in my hometown of Church Point, your tires are getting slick. Go and see Big Hick. Thank you to Beat Busters, 4909 Cameron Street in Scott. I know Thanksgiving's next week. We got Christmas coming up, New Year, but before you know it, we're going to be celebrating Mardi Gras, and it's not too early to start thinking about that. Start thinking about filling your floats, maybe just getting different things for the Mardi Gras season, and Bead Busters is your place, so go and see the Bead King. Also, we got to say thank you to Botros, the official boudin of the morning show, too. We got official boudin. That would be good today, Mr. Errol.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, it wouldn't be that nutritious, I guess, but it would be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe we should have got some this morning. We could have gave some to Matt, who's hanging out with us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Botros, again, here in my hometown of Church Point, too. Can't miss them. The Curve, Highway 95, Peach Bloom Highway, Chevron Station. If it's today, tomorrow, Sunday barbecue, go by and see him. And also thanks to Guillory Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of the morning show. You can learn more at GuilloryChiro.com. Go and see Dr. Cross and Dr. John. They are experts in pain. If you're just not feeling like you're right, not feeling like you're aligned, not feeling like you're straight, you need to get fixed up. They can help, or maybe their heated and cooled water massage beds can help you out too. And they have two locations, Gilbo in Lafayette and Canal Street in Church Point. Also today, got to remind you about a couple things. One, we have our Mendez's Seafood Bar and Grill football pick'ems contest. Mr. Errol, how do you feel about your picks?
I feel good.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Even when I'm 4-4, I'm still on top.
Well, I mean, you went 4-4 last week, right?
I'm still on top.
But what if you go 4-4 this week?
No.
It's not about last week. We got to think about this week.
I'm just saying, even when I do bad, I'm still on top.
Well, we got to say thanks to Mendez's and Jeff for powering our pick'ems. You can play along. You just got to pick the most correct football games. We have 3 NFL games. We have 3 college games, and we have 2 high school football games. Now, we're going to take the pick'ems off the website at about noon today. So if you're not in yet to win that $50 gift card to Mendez's, like Christine did last week, you have until noon today to do so. And then also you probably have another hour-ish, because before we wrap up the show, something else we got to do is give away our second row VIP gold seating for RFC 4. That is coming up at the Cajun Convention Center on Friday, December 5th. Some great MMA, some great fighting action. If you want to get in on that, you can simply text RFC 4 to our LFT Fiber Talk and Text line, and that is 337-803-1067. Or you can go to our website, listentotheplanet.com, and enter. But we will give away that pair before we wrap up the show this morning. Miss Errol, it is your responsibility to remind me that I need to draw the names, and we announce that after 10, okay?
Draw the names.
Okay. That's not a good person that I'm asking to remind me, because this week you locked up, dude. You locked up on the air a couple times this week. You couldn't remember what you wanted to say.
It's all right.
Yeah? You think you can remember that today? I wrote it down right here.
Remind
Okay?
me.
RFC4.
RFC4.
You got it? That's a lot. That's a big ask for you,
My
man.
hands are starting to sweat inside.
But that is coming up again December 5th. And text RFC4 all together to our LFT Fiber Talk and Text line, 337-803-1067. And then also, before we jump in our conversation with Matt, congratulations to Tristan Martell. He was the winner of Win Chris Logan's Change. He guessed the correct amount of change in that glass pitcher, 209.54. And now Tristan's going to get that in cash. Got to say thanks to Farmer State Bank and Trust Company for powering our Win Chris Logan's Change contest. And I went ahead, Mr. Errol, and I put together the 12 Days of Christmas contest.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so that's going to be coming up on December 1st. And a couple things. Let's see. We're going to have some guests, I believe, next week. The week after that, I believe I'm trying to get your girl on. Chastity lady in the bathroom. We're having some scheduling conflicts,
I went
okay?
to check to see, but she's not in there.
She's not in the bathroom, no. And then Dustin Dale Gaspar from The Voice. I think it's going to be on Tuesday, December 2nd when we have him here. So we have a couple things planned within the next couple weeks or so, including that 12 Days of Christmas contest. But now that we're done with all of our sponsors and all of our station stuff, I want to get to Matt. And Matt, thanks for coming, dude. Thanks for hanging this morning, man.
Thanks for having me.
And you are with the Advantage Training Academy. And it's pretty interesting on how you made it onto the show.
Yeah.
So very cool, though. So I was asked by the AVA, the Acadiana Veteran Alliance, to do a item for their silent auction. And so, Scotty,
You didn't ask me for no beef jerky, nothing.
No, it wasn't.
Possum jerky.
Maybe next time we'll get him some possum jerky.
Yeah.
But this time, Scotty said, hey, man, would you want to give away a spot on the Power Hour? If there's somebody that wants to come on and talk about their business. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So that happened at the fundraiser event at Top Golf. Man, I guess now that would have been maybe 3-4 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe if not a little bit longer. Yeah.
Right.
And then you bid on that, and you were the winner of that silent auction item. So here you are today, man. Advantage Training Academy. Give us like a 30,000-foot view. Give us just a little quick pitch of what you do.
Okay. So mostly my main business is training for security and hospitals around the state. And what we try to do is become the one-stop shop for our customers. So you can get your send your officers for basic guard card, firearms. We do first aid, CPR, AED, taser, you name it. All that, everything that a security officer may need, behavior management as well. Anything that they may need, instead of having to source it out to different people, we've got instructor certifications in all these different disciplines, so we can offer it all at one stop.
So it's like, hey, we got it all. We have everything you need.
Covered.
Come here, and we'll get it done, man.
Around the state, too.
So
yeah.
The entire state of Louisiana.
Correct. Yeah, consistently here and in the greater New Orleans area, but then also travel and teach North Shore, Baton Rouge, Thibodaux area, Lake Charles on a regular basis.
Also want to talk on how you got into this, man. You have a military background. You want to talk a little bit about your past in the military?
Yeah. I joined the Marine Corps out of high school. I was a grunt. I was, very fortunate in my unit and by choice, by chance, and got there. Iraq kicked off, deployed to Iraq twice within a close, time frame. Was completely burnt out, got out, tried the civilian world out for about a year and was like, nah, this ain't working for me. Went to go back in, long story short, ended up in the Army somehow, where I did human intelligence, and a total of 12 years active, 6 years reserve time. Got out, was again, kind of lost, kind of knew what I wanted to do. Was already an instructor and had instructor certifications. And then one day I got a call from a security company. They were like, "Hey, can you train our security officers?" I said, "Sure." They were like, "Well, how much do you charge?" I was like, "I don't know. Let me get back to you." So I literally started researching, called them back, said, "This is how much I charge per person." They said, "Okay." And after that, I just knocked doors and went from one company to 2 to 10 to, and, we train a, good amount of companies now and hospitals around the state as well.
Well, thank you for your service, man. Was that a big, or not big? Maybe that's not the right word. Was that an easy transition for you, right? Because you said you kind of struggled with like civilian life and doing that. Was getting into security an easy transition for you? The training and all that?
Yes and no. Like the subject matter was there, the delivery was off at first. So I'm getting over there just kind of doing like this, and then had to really quickly go.
Were you almost like a drill sergeant? Like,
no, it was more like, hey, this is how it is. This is how it's done. And you had to learn a little bit more tact and grace when you're dealing with civilians, and yeah, like I said, it wasn't a hard learning curve, but it was a learning curve. And one thing I learned very early on as an instructor, I taught the same material countless times, but I've never taught the same class twice. It's always different because your audience is different, so you deliver it in a different manner, depending on who's sitting in front of you.
Yeah. Now, the teaching for the security guards, was it security guards that already had a position and had a job, and you just trained them up, or you were training guys or maybe ladies who wanted to get into the security? Both,
yeah.
So you could train Mr. Errol, the maintenance man here.
I don't know about that.
No,
I don't know about that.
He probably could. He had a hard time when he first started. You heard him. He said human intelligence he taught, and that's hard.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, because sometimes they don't have a lot of it. Yeah, he had just a couple of people to start. They could sift through the ashes for those.
Because what I was thinking is, Miss Errol, if you want more work, I mean, I know you handle stuff on the outside of the building. You do little things in the inside. You fix whatever, and then you change out our filters, AC filters and all that stuff. But if we get to a point where maybe we need 24-hour security at the building, I'm thinking maybe Matt can train you up, but I'm not sure if he's confident that you can get the job done.
Already got some martial arts.
There you go.
You know, so that's something.
You're what? You're a red belt?
Red belt, yeah.
Red belt.
Right
That's
there.
what he says.
Fuchsia. Fuchsia.
Right there.
So, man, training security, is that the biggest part of Advantage Training Academy?
It is. And I love what I do. And I'm very fortunate to get to do what I do. But once a month, minimum once a month, I train civilians, just train the general public. And that is by far my favorite class, because I'm getting somebody who's coming to me on a Saturday, paying out of their own pocket, wanting to be there, and it's just a different environment, a different vibe. And we go over a lot, and we go over everything extensive from basic use and what is the gun and how does it work, to having to put your hands on it and use it properly, to safety, access prevention, which is so big. There's no excuse for yourself or anyone else, especially a child, getting access to that firearm and hurting themselves. We go over that, laws, making sure that you know how to use it, but what about the when? And and you don't find yourself behind bars after you do something crazy.
That would be, I think that's one of the biggest things next to safety is when.
Right.
Yeah, when,
Absolutely.
how, what are some of the laws that go along with it? So there's, that's a lot. But what kind of classes do you offer at Advantage Training Academy?
So for the general public, we offer your basic Louisiana concealed handgun permit course. And whether or not you want to get the actual permit, I mean, Louisiana is a constitutional state now, which I'm 100% all for. Any type of, hey, you used to have a little card just for the government to tell you that now it's okay to put my shirt over my gun was an infringement, no matter how you want to look at it. So I'm happy that happened. However, I believe personally, like, we shouldn't have our government stepping on us and telling us what we can and can't do.
100%.
It pertains to the Second Amendment, but we should hold adults accountable. And you are responsible. You're carrying a tool, nothing more than a tool, but it's a dangerous tool if misused. And so because of that, you should be, smart enough to seek out training, educate yourself on the updated and new laws. Laws change. and what you think you know from 20 years ago is not the same.
Yeah.
And do the right thing, because you can't take it back once you do something.
Yeah. And the whole Constitution, what is it officially? Constitutional carry
Yeah.
would be the term for it. And I know a lot of people that offer the training or offer the firearm classes, all that stuff. They are for it. They're for that.
Should be.
But still, you still, like you said, need that training, man. You still need it. It's not the wild, wild west, right? I mean, we're not all walking around with, 6 shooters on our hips and all that stuff. And obviously, we don't want it to be the wild, wild west.
Correct.
But, I mean, you need
we live in a
that
dangerous
knowledge,
world.
yes.
Yeah, we live in a dangerous world. And I'll give you my goal. My goal as an instructor and doing what I do is to make sure we have more good guys armed than bad guys, right? But it's not just simple as that. I want to know that the guy or gal to my left or right, if they're carrying, that they should be carrying, that they're not detrimental to themselves and my family, that if they do have to draw that gun, they can actually hit what they're aiming at, and they didn't draw it when they shouldn't have, A big thing is people that take a class. I get you for 1 day, 1 8-hour to 9-hour class, depending on the range time and all that. I can't teach you everything in 1 day. There's no way I can train you, everything you need to know. We have advanced classes, and I'll talk about that. But my goal is not to train you. I can't, right? My goal is to teach you how to effectively train yourself safely and effectively. And that way you can take the knowledge that you leave the class with and continue on your journey, wherever that stage you may be, to get yourself to that proficiency level.
Can you talk a little bit about that constitutional carry and what that means?
Yeah. So the difference, having constitutional carry versus actually having a permit, having a permit is still beneficial. I mean, you have reciprocity with other states that aren't constitutionally carried yet. You have immunity, which is a big one, immunity from civil lawsuit from the individual who you used force against, their family members, things like that. It's not against all civil immunity. I mean, I think you could still get sued by like a business owner if you shot in their business or something like that. But that is capped at $50,000, I believe. So that's a big benefit to having a permit versus constitutionally carry. You're wide open for all civil litigation, which is a big thing. People who say that term, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. It's my least favorite terms in the world.
Right.
All right. I don't know about you, but I'm too pretty for jail, man.
Right.
Like, I ain't going to jail. Dude.
Right.
I'd rather do the right thing and not go to jail, right?
100%.
So we try to make sure that people are on the right foot, because you can do everything right, survive the encounter, but have your entire life ruined in a civil court. Imagine paying 50 cents on a dollar of everything you make for the rest of your life to some scumbag's family.
Right.
Right. And make no mistake about it. He was a scumbag. He earned that defense that you put on him. Right. He earned it 100%. And you were cleared criminally, but your life's ruined now.
Yes.
From attorney fees and court costs and the judgment potentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why. So carrying a gun on your person out in public, whether that's in an official duty capacity or, as a civilian, concealed carry or open carry even is a burden. If you don't see it as that, you're probably not the right type of person to carry it. We have criminal consequences, we have civil consequences, and then the moral consequences of taking human life.
We're here with Matt Oliver. He is from Advantage Training Academy, and we're talking about some of the classes that he offers. And man, it's 8:22. And we're going to talk with you for the whole entire power hour, but I wanted to talk a little bit, and we can do that when we come back, about the makeup of your classes, male and female. Are you seeing female?
I see a good mix.
Coming in, wanting to take part in this, accepting this in a way. I don't know if that's the right term, but
I have no hard demographic. Like, there's men and women. There's young and old, anyone and everyone is interested in it and wants to carry. Like, I can't say, it's mostly younger males or anything like that. No.
Yeah.
In fact, quite the opposite. The younger males are probably one of the harder ones to get into class because you're hard-headed when you're a young man. You think
Correct.
you know everything.
Yes.
But for the most part, no, it's still a good mix of everybody.
Like, it's not, I think it's still apples and oranges in comparing Raging Fighting Championship and concealed carry classes. But like with Raging Fighting Championship and MMA, that was something that was very much male oriented, dominated by males, viewed by males, and now that's becoming a sport that's accepted by females and younger females, older females, and that's why I asked that question.
Yeah,
like you think that maybe people taking these classes you would be full of males, but it's not. It's men and women that are taking part in this and becoming trained and becoming certified.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or being taught. Right?
Yeah,
Being
correct,
taught
correct.
and becoming certified. But Advantage Training Academy, we're going to talk more about what Matt does, what he offers. Also, you're going to be trying something new.
Correct.
And I think it's a great idea. We're going to talk about that too. Mr. Errol, do you want to get trained? Do you want to go into class with
Mike
Matt?
could go to that. Junior should have went to that. He wouldn't have shot himself in the leg.
Oh yeah, he needs to be trained.
Remember Lone
He
Star
needs-
State of Mind?
He
shot
needs to be Lone Star State of Mind. No, I never watched that movie because I fell asleep, Mr. Errol.
Yeah, see, that was a good
Because it's a
part.
horrible movie. Ask
shot his-
Matt if he ever watched that movie.
He probably didn't. He's busy. He ain't got time to be watching all kind of movies. He's
Matt-
learning all the laws and training people.
This was probably maybe a month or two ago. We started talking about movies that we like.
All right.
And he likes this movie, and we looked it up. It's from 2002, and it's called Lone Star State of Mind. Are you even familiar with that?
Never even heard of that.
None of us either. We asked people to call in. Like
put it on the
nobody
list now. I'm
knew.
gonna put it on the list.
But he
Watch it
swears
tonight.
it's the funniest movie ever. And my wife and I tried to watch it. I didn't make it, I don't think, 10 minutes. I fell asleep. My wife said it was the worst $3 that we've ever spent. She watched the whole thing. But no one can get through it. I think maybe we had one or two listeners call in or text in saying that they got through it.
That
And
woman, she said she gave it a C+. That's
a
pretty
C-
good.
yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's good at all. But we're going to talk more with Matt with Advantage Training Academy. We're going to talk about ways that you can connect with him, some of the classes that he has coming up, all that good stuff in the second half of the Power Hour here on Planet Radio 106.7. All right, awesome. So we're off the radio, but we'll be we're still live on Facebook. But yeah, man, it's good to see females kind of getting in on this too, and wanting to get trained up and
Absolutely.
everything, man.
And I can talk a little on that too, because women, my wife included, carry. They don't dress the same way as we do, right? Half their pants don't even have belt loops. So how do you carry a gun belt and comfortably carry a firearm on your person? So oftentimes they're forced to carry in a purse,
Okay.
right? And we have to think about the criminal, think about who that criminal is. There are two types of criminals, someone after monetary gain or a predator, both of which are trying to separate you from that purse. Whatever's in there is the loot, or it's going to stop me from whatever my intentions or my ill intentions, right? So if I separate you from that purse, I can get, accomplish a task. But that gun's in your purse, and your first reaction, first instinct is to go for that gun. Now we're fighting for that purse. Who wins that fight? I mean, that's a serious. Who wins that fight?
Yeah.
The stronger individual, unless we have what? Training
Of how
to create that distance, strike, potentially get out of someone's grip, grab, hold, and get away before you go for that gun. The worst mistake you can get, that's what we go into in our advanced classes. Worst mistake you can do is when someone's in your personal space, start going for that gun, and now you're fighting over that gun. You need to be able to have the knowledge and the ability to create distance.
I saw a video on social media. It was a while back, and it was a lady, and she was concealed carrying. I want to say like she had a dress on, and maybe it was, I don't know, dude. It might have been something that like strapped onto her thigh, maybe. Yeah. And then that like her gun was like right there in the inner thigh, where like you can grab it.
They make belly bands and ankle holsters and like thigh holsters and all kind of different versions. But I say I'll say this: you wear a belly band in South Louisiana, God bless you.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be miserable, man. I can't imagine having that thing strapped around you in the summertime.
Yep.
But people do it, and a lot of women do it because they can carry on their person. They don't have to worry about you wearing yoga pants or whatever. It's got no belt loops.
Yeah.
You can wear that and keep your firearm on you. So yeah, there's options out there. Not all of them are comfortable. Not all of them are sustainable, but.
And I know, like we're on Facebook, we're not on the air, but like you see people talk about arming teachers.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that or no? We don't have to.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on that. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, I think with extensive training, psychological battery evaluation, right?
Dude, like
because I know
you're right.
I know what I put my teachers through.
I mean,
when I was in high
like,
school, they'd have shot me probably. You know what I mean? Like,
but you're right.
they
man.
had a gun on them. That'd have been it for me.
Your first thought is, oh yeah, man, let's just arm them. Like that's like first thought. But dude, like you have to think more about that situation, dude.
No,
It's
I think there's better ways around it. Just having the armed staff there, such as the armed presence, like the
having an
resource
officer,
resource officer, or an armed security officer. Maybe arm a few of the staff, not every teacher though. Maybe the principal or certain people. I could see something like that, but no,
certain ones you couldn't.
But as for like a definitive, like take on it, I'm kind of saying like, just there's no good answer for it,
Yep. Okay. All right. Ready? We're back here inside the Power Hour, Planet Radio 106.7. Chris Logan, Mr. Errol, the maintenance man here at Chris Logan Media, is hanging out. Also, we have Matt Oliver from Advanced Training Academy. And Matt's hanging out with us because he won a silent auction, which benefited the Acadiana Veteran Alliance. I was asked to donate an item, and Scotty from the AVA said, hey, man, would you consider giving away a spot on the Power Hour? And I'm like, yeah, why not?
That must be boring.
What?
Yeah, I like that.
No,
what if they do this and they show this stuff and they do?
No, you never seen a silent auction?
No.
So it's not like a live auction. They just have a table.
Yep.
No,
like that. Whenever they say,
no, it was none of that.
Yeah, but you gotta have that, Mr. Chris.
Well, that was with the live auction. Yeah. This was with the silent. So it was a table of some other items, and then you write your name. So like you can
That's
write.
Not fun.
I think maybe Matt wrote Power Hour. It's like, dang, Mr. Errol's there. Let me at least bid $1,000. I mean, what you had to pay to get on there, dude? $50,000 was that?
$5.
Yeah.
God, yo.
He paid $5.
See, that's why it shouldn't be silent. You know what I mean? People be embarrassed to do that.
But man, thank you for coming, man, and thank you for obviously you're a veteran yourself, a Marine, and you support the AVA, and we do as well. But glad you're here, man. And we've been talking in the first segment of the Power Hour about what you offer, the classes you offer, what you do, and then we left off talking about females taking part in these classes and in learning and training. And you said that there was a good bit of ladies that take part in this. And we were talking off the air about females carrying, obviously a little bit different than a man, because a lot of them wear dresses, yoga pants, whatever it is. It's different in fashion for the ladies. Explain that. Like how does a lady conceal carry?
Right. So like I was saying, like if your pants don't even have belt loops, how do you carry a gun belt and properly carry it inside the waistband holster? So oftentimes a lot of women are forced, or their best option, I guess, to say a better way to say it, is to carry in a purse. And if we think about the criminal, like I mentioned earlier, we have two types of criminals: someone with out for monetary gain, or predator, both of which are trying to separate you from that purse, right? The loot's in the purse, or the thing that can stop me from accomplishing my task is in that purse. So if I'm going for your purse, or to remove, separate you from that person, your first instinct is to reach for that gun in that purse, and we're fighting for that purse. Who wins that fight? In nature, we know the stronger individual wins, but as humans, intelligent beings, we can do what? Train and learn, and how to get out of a grab, grip, hold, choke, whatever it might be. What can you do to escape from that strike, potentially create distance before you go for that gun.
Kick him in the ding ding.
Hey,
That's the
whatever
first thing.
works.
Whatever
Whatever's
you-
clever, man.
That's the
Like,
first
you know what I
thing
mean?
we
Yeah.
taught. They teach the little ones in
Violent.
karate.
Yeah.
They
Absolutely.
can't beat nobody up, but you can kick them. It hurts no matter what.
And then run and then
Yeah.
look it, and as a taser instructor too, I teach professional taser, like law enforcement and security tasers. 5 seconds is how long they ride in the lightning, right?
Yeah.
Civilian tasers are 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
30
seconds, you're flopping around like a fish. If it makes a good connection, the idea behind that is that you can hit them, put it on the ground, and book it. Get out of there.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
the
so
whole
it
thing's
gives
always
him a
about-
longer charge.
Yeah, 30
so
seconds.
you can go.
I can get in my car and change the radio, put it on 106.7,
Right.
back up, check
dog.
my mirrors, I got time in 30
Yeah.
seconds,
Mr. Errol, I didn't tell you, but Matt brought a taser.
We're gonna look
you
at
would like,
one?
no. If you would like to try, we can do it live on the air.
What we tasing?
You.
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't want
Got
that.
too much metal in my body. That thing gonna make all kind of sparks.
It'll light up like
a
a cartoon
microwave?
skeleton. Yeah, man. It would be like.
microwave.
zzz,
Peep, pop, peep, pop, pop, peep,
Now,
pop.
maybe that's something we can get Brock to do whenever he gets back from offshore. So we got Brock. He's a comedian that hangs out on the show, but he also works offshore, and he's off. Or he's offshore right now, and I'm thinking maybe we get Matt to maybe do a taser on him,
Light him up.
at some point.
I'm going to say my insurance company is probably listening to that. Is going
Like,
to drop
no.
me, man. So, no.
So no, the answer to that is no.
That's good.
We're not
I'll
going to do
tase
it.
him. I
You-
don't have
you
insurance.
would.
I get him.
Yeah.
But man, something else I wanted to bring up, Matt, and you offer many different classes, and your website is uscca.com/advantage. And you're going to have your own website coming soon.
Yeah, you can go to advantageacademy.us. It'll bring you to where the classes are hosted.
Okay.
You sign up for a class, either one on uscca.com/advantage or advantageacademy.us. Either one will get you to our classes, our current offerings. I try to book, or schedule, I should say, 2 months out at all times, because some people like to book ahead of time. And but yeah, either one will get you there.
And also Facebook, Advantage Training Academy. You can find them on Facebook. You got information there too. And we're going to get to your brand new classes coming up. But a couple times you mentioned advanced classes.
Advanced, yeah.
So is this like in addition to a regular concealed carry
Correct.
class where you can learn more, or is it like a
Correct.
refresher?
Yeah, so I think of self-defense with the firearm as kind of a threefold thing. So the first part is the firearm itself, and then we're going to break that down even more. That there's so much to it. The second part is medical, right? You carry around a way to make a hole, but do you have the equipment on your or nearby, in your vehicle at least, to plug them up? Tourniquet, chest seal, gauze, things like that. And the knowledge on how to do it, how to apply medical aid to yourself, or, and I'll use that term again, to the scumbag, right? Doesn't matter why he did what he did. It's still a human being. If the scene's safe and I'm able to stop the bleeding and save his life, then I will, right? Period. And then the third is insurance. That's why I'm a member and an instructor for USCCA. I believe, like I said, I can do everything right and still have my life ruined in a civil court. So I pay the $30 a month, and for me and my wife, and we're members, and they got us covered as long as it's a legal act of self-defense. And I'm gonna plug my my buddy Sage Bro. You can reach him 337-886-8886 and give him a call. Blow his phone up. He'll get you hooked up with USCCA insurance. But the gun itself, going back to the gun, also gets broken down into multiple parts. One is, you have the marksmanship skill, right? Can you, with no one shooting at you and no stress on you, keep your shots in a 50-cent piece group? Great. But it goes so much further than that. The practical use of it in a real world setting. Can you use it under pressure, right? Can you move while you're shooting? Can you, because if you stay still, I just made it easy for the bad guy, right? So these are things we go in through our advanced class. So the advanced class starts off at 7 hours. We charge $150 for it. You show up in the morning. The first hour and a half is dry fire. So bring your holster or multiple holsters. If you carry different ways, bring them all. We're going to go through anything you have trouble with: manipulation, reloads, drawing, moving while drawing, moving while reloading, all these kind of things. And then you're going to rotate. I have a massive simulator, screen and infrared. We have a recoil gun, so everyone gets to take turns on that while we're doing that. The second hour and a half is that hands-on application. What do you do if someone grabs you by the collar, the throat, the hair, the wrist, arm? I'll show you how to get out of that, how to break that hold, strike, create distance, and draw. So we'll do a couple of exercises with that for about an hour and a half. And then the last 4 hours of class is your first aid, CPR, and AED. You actually get a 2-year certification, which we normally charge $125 for that class. So you're getting a deal at $150 with the other stuff added into it. You get a 2-year certification through American Heart Association, but we're gonna emphasize and focus on gunshot wounds. So we're gonna actually apply tourniquets. We're gonna put a chest seal on a dummy, the whole nine.
So, man, your classes that you offer, it goes way further than just a standard concealed carry class, correct? You offer way more. So, look, check out Advantage Training Academy's website. You can go to uscca.com/advantage, or what was the other?
AdvantageAcademy.us.
Okay, that's the other website that you have. And I know you said you're going to be updating that one a little bit too. So you can also follow them on Facebook. And your next class is on December 6th.
December 6th.
Okay.
So it's Saturday, December 6th. We start at 8 a.m. The cost of that class is $150 as well. We cover everything except for your ammunition. So you need 36 rounds to shoot to qualify with the state for your concealed carry permit. But we provide the training, the certificate, your target, range fee, all of it. And I even buy lunch. We get pizza for lunch.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Mr. Errol, you in or what?
Well, I want to go and help. Like he said, you can shoot at a little piece of paper, but it's like when it's real. So like I can go and tickle him in the ear, and distract him, poke him in the belly and
Put some
stuff.
stress on him.
Call him bad names, like, oh, you shaved ugly today or something, If it's a woman, say you got some little hairs growing on your chin, and see if they can, keep. It's real life stuff, Mr. Chris.
You're right. You can be that scumbag.
Yeah.
You can be that scumbag.
Stuff like that.
That's what you can be. Where do you do this, Matt? Where do you hold the
My
classes?
are in the oil center. We're on Coolidge Street, about a block from the hospital. It's 1126 Coolidge Boulevard, Suite A, and we got a big classroom. We can seat 30 people in there comfortably. It's a nice setup and all that. And then we do our shooting in Maurice at Louisiana Range Gun Club in Maurice, and it's about 20 minutes. It's the closest range, and they accommodate us well over there, and it's a very nice range.
Yeah.
So we do our shooting there, and we break from the day at the end of the day there. That way we're not zigzagging all over town. But we're doing something new. We're going to offer it for the first time for our December 6th class. Is that we're also offering that class through Zoom. So you can register and enroll for live Zoom. So it's not at your own pace. You have to sit there. I have to see your pretty face on camera the whole time. And it's $100, but you're responsible for your range fee, ammunition, just like the other class is. Obviously, I'm not bringing pizza to your house. So
Right, you're not going to do delivery or anything.
Right amount of money, I can bring some.
Target.
Okay. I can do it.
And it's a $20 fee to the instructor.
Okay.
That qualifies you at the range. Once you do that, they send me a picture of your target that you passed. Then I send them the certificate. So if you got kids or you got a reason you can't leave your house on a Saturday, you can join us on Zoom, take the class just like everybody else. I'm there to answer your questions, and you can watch as I demonstrate and talk and all that. And then you can show up on a Tuesday or a Wednesday afternoon, in and out the door in 20 minutes, qualify, leave, and then you got it done like that. So you can do the shooting qual within 1 month. We're going to make it to where you have to do it within 1 month of the Zoom training, but you can go at your own pace, and I think that's going to be a good thing. And the reason it's a little less is because after your range fee, the $20 charge to the instructor and things, and your target and all that, it's going to be about that $50. So it's going to be the same price as if you were sitting in person. Some people need or want to sit in person. They're going to want that more hands-on experience. Some people just want to check the block and listen and hopefully learn a little something new and from the comfort of their home. And I'm hoping it's
Some people get nervous and they get gas. So that'd be a good thing. They can stay at their house.
Stay at your house.
Yeah, they can do that from
You
the
can
house.
only just put on a T-shirt. You can have whatever else
I've had
you
them in my
want
class
on.
before, man.
They concerns, So if they get gassy, you never know.
It is a great idea, and it's different than just having an online course
Right.
because you are actually in the class while you're
Correct,
teaching it.
yeah.
You're just not there physically.
Correct. And our classroom's set up for Zoom really well. So I have a screen right on the ceiling, kind of facing me. I can look at you as though you were sitting in class. The camera's right on me as though you're sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So all that information, again, you can check out Advantage Training Academy on Facebook, also uscca.com/advantage. That is one of their websites. What else do we need to talk about, Matt? What didn't we cover today that you wanted to cover?
I don't know. We covered quite a bit. I would say just reiterating the importance of training. Just because you can does not mean you should. And that's a big oversight for a lot of people that tuck that gun in their waist and go about their business like it's no big deal. It is a big deal. It's like I said, it's a tool, but it's a dangerous tool if misused or not handled properly. And so we put a lot of focus into it, and I go through things in class that are more often overlooked, right? So for instance, I get people in my class that are, you have to come to a class every 5 years, whether it's your initial or refresher, how many times, it doesn't matter. Every 5 years you have to do a class if you want to keep up your permit. And we ask them, say, well, when's the last time you shot that ammo, that defensive ammo you're carrying, not the training ammo? And they're like, oh, it's been 5 years. So what's the odds of that ammo being a dud and having, we live in South Louisiana, it's hot, it's humid. You go pull the trigger, it goes click instead of bang. So we talk about the often overlooked maintenance of just a discipline that we need to make sure that I give myself every advantage, every edge to go home to my family at the end of every day.
And boy, it's, again, there's some psychological stuff in this too, right? There's
Absolutely.
It's because you can say, oh man, somebody breaks into my home. Yeah, I'm gonna unload, right? And that's fine. You're protecting your family. It's easy to say that, but dude, there's some psychological that goes along with this.
Yeah, so stand your ground. Louisiana is a stand your ground state. My opinion, my take on that is that it's oftentimes very poorly or very immaturely or very arrogantly taught and very arrogantly explained to students. And what I mean by that is that I believe in that law, and I'm glad we have it. And that if I have no other means of escape, and I'm forced to stand my ground and meet force with force, then I will do so with extreme violence. However, if I have an out and I'm not abandoning, obviously, somebody else that needs help, I'm going to take it because that, removes my chances of being in a criminal court or a civil court or having to take a human life. So I believe we should be peaceful people and practice peace, but be capable of great violence if pushed to it.
You can talk to my wife. She's not peaceful. She gets ugly.
I don't know if you want to put Matt in with Clotillo, man.
I don't want him to show her how to use a gun. She's a bad shot, but man, she's ugly sometimes. God, dog.
I don't know. I don't know if Matt can help her, Mr. Errol. I don't know if he has.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. If you got some time,
We don't lie.
yeah.
And see if he can maybe help her. I mean, ugly like how though? Like what do you?
She's mean to me a lot. Yeah,
No.
you didn't see my bruises?
No, I saw. What happened right there?
She's rough.
She grabbed you by the arm.
Yep.
And the other day you were talking tough about how she stays home,
but I don't want to have to use that. You heard the man. He said you need to know how.
Okay.
You don't want to use the force.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, you want to learn how to not have to use it. That's the best thing.
Okay.
Teach that in martial arts. You got all this if you need it, but you try to de-escalate the situation and get away.
Yeah. Okay.
But she caught me.
I see that. That is a pretty big bruise on your arm. But I don't know if we should send her to the class though. I don't want to put Matt and his team through that, man.
Yeah,
I don't think we
not.
should. Yeah.
I talk to him. We'll figure something out.
We'll have to talk to her before we send her to Matt's class. Do you want to go to Matt's class? Do you want to go?
I probably could go.
Yeah. You are a pretty good shot. You think you can? Yeah.
You ever seen they got the aspirins that you can break in half? I shoot them in half.
Really? Dang.
Yep.
Matt, have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, first.
I thought that's what y'all do. Y'all don't teach him that? Maybe I can
You
come
can
teach him
split
that.
an aspirin.
That's in my
half.
advanced class. We do that. The double advanced class.
And that one's free if you can split an aspirin, right? Yes.
I'll pay you.
8:47 here inside the Power Hour, Planet Radio 106.7 here with Matt. He is with Advantage Training Academy. Security training, that's what you do. Also, concealed carry classes. You have many different classes that you offer. Man, I'm just throwing this out there. Like any hunting related classes, do you deal with any of that or no?
No, I haven't. I've had a couple of requests for it, but one thing that I want to say though, the advanced class, the next one we have is December 13th, so it's the weekend afterwards. The only thing I ask on that class is that you have some sort of foundation. You don't need to be. I mean, obviously you're looking for some advanced training, so you don't need to be. What's that movie you talked about?
Lone Star.
Lone Star State of
So
Mind.
you don't need to be that good.
You don't need to be like Junior.
But have some kind of foundation. You're not, by this point, you're not putting your finger on the trigger and all that. So we need to have some mutual trust. But yeah, that's about
Yeah. So the advanced classes, and I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. That's not really a second part to your concealed carry class. Someone can ask and be a part of your advanced class, even though they didn't do the concealed carry class with you. If they feel they need more learning and training, they can join that one.
That's usually what I get. I get people that, I'll get some people that come from one and come the very next weekend and or came through my class recently, or I've had students that have their permit. I had one last class we had, didn't even have a permit, but he carries constitutionally. And so, it's just.
So, okay, let's bring that up real quick. Like the constitutional carry, can they just jump into an advanced class?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So
again, all I ask for is a little bit of working knowledge.
Okay.
A little bit of I have to trust. By this point, when you're going from your holster, your finger's not on the trigger. Obviously, there's no ammunition in my classroom, no live ammunition, but still, we need to know that it's a safe environment and. Everyone's going to do the right thing.
Yeah. And then the Zoom classes, which I think it's a great idea. You're going to start offering that for your next class, which is on December 6th.
It's online, available. If you go to those sites, you can see it'll say live Zoom training. Click on that one, enroll yourself there. And then what I'm going to do is the day prior to the class is email all those registrants the link so they'll be able to log in 10, 15 minutes prior and hang out and wait and jump into class.
Great idea, man. So the easiest way to join a class is by going to the website?
On the website. Yeah, it's really easy. Click on it. It'll ask you your name, email, prompt you for payment, and then you're done.
And that's, give it to everybody one more time.
uscca.com/advantage or advantageacademy.us.
Yep. And then you can follow them on Facebook if you want to do that, Advantage Training Academy, and you can learn all what they have to offer. I guess we covered everything, Matt.
Yeah, and if you got questions, you can call me. You can call my office. You can Google us, Advantage Training Academy, or it's 337-270-2727. And happy to answer any questions anybody may have.
Because I'm sure some people do have questions. Maybe it's somebody new to this. They're not sure. They don't know what they need to do. You're more than happy to answer whatever question someone has. I mean, there's really no stupid questions.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely not. Because my goal is the only way you're going to carry well is if you're comfortable. You have to be comfortable with it, and there's a lot that goes into it. Like I said, it's not just a simple one day and your journey's done. It's a lifelong training. How do I get better? How do I get to that next level? But one of the things I forgot to mention that I do offer for students coming to the concealed carry handgun permit course is that if you don't have a gun yet, please do not go out and buy one. I have quite a few of the popular concealed carry firearms that I'm happy to let students shoot. You can get hands on them in class. Say, I'd really like to shoot this one and that one at the range. Shoot it, try it before you buy it.
Okay.
Before you go and buy a firearm, because that way you don't get stuck with something that you're it's not good for you.
Okay.
Right, and be leery of and this goes for everybody who's shopping. Be leery of what you buy, and a common one is women go into gun stores and they leave with this tiny little firearm that's pink or purple because that's what the gun store guy told them is a good fit for women. That's extremely hard guns to shoot. Most tiny guns like that. So it doesn't always mean just because it's smaller it's going to be better. Yeah, it's easier to conceal, but it might be difficult for you to shoot it. So let's try a few before you get stuck with something for too long.
That's something else that's good to know too. You can take part in these classes and not have a firearm.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
So Advantage Training Academy, check them out. Mr. Errol, any final questions for Matt?
No, he kind of covered it all. I would think people should sign up fast
Okay.
because people is crazy.
You're right.
You
We
know what I mean?
live in a whole different world than I think what we all grew up in, man.
Sign up,
and
learn
it's-
all of that, and hope you never have to use it. You know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. And I think that's really like what it's for, right? To learn, to train, and hopefully you don't have to use it.
Correct.
But if you do have to,
ready.
you have that knowledge.
We don't carry a firearm or carry a defensive tool on you to make you think that you cannot become a victim. That's not why I carry a firearm. That's not why anyone should. That's naive to think that way. But I carry, and you should carry, because I refuse to be a helpless victim. You might get me, but I'm going out fighting. That's my mindset, right?
Yep. So 8:53, we are wrapping up the Power Hour. Again, check out Advantage Training Academy. Sign up for the next class with Matt. It's coming up on December 6th. So thank you, man. Appreciate you supporting the AVA and getting this spot in the silent auction. And I feel it was some really great information this morning.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah. So we're coming back. We got the final hour of the show, which on Friday mornings at 9, we call it the class reunion. And today we're going to feature songs from 1994. So that's all on the way here on Planet Radio 106.7. There we go, man. We got it. We wrap up the Facebook Live.